In all tests and assessments, the results have to be compared to a norm group made up of students similar in age and grade demographic to the child who's taking the test. If we don't do this comparison, the results are useless to the teacher, the school, and the parents, as there's no way to understand the meaning of the results. These results are compared across what's called a normal curve as a way to see where the test taker falls in comparison to the group. The normal curve, is broken up into 8 sections that are called standard deviations. This allows for understanding how far above or below the scores are from the middle section that's known as the mean. So if a score is one section above, it's higher than 84% of the students who took the test. And this is where this term standardized test comes from. To understand the percentile rank, we look at the deviations and the percentage points of each. If we know that the mean is 50%, we can then determine the value of each group or deviation above or below that on the curve. To arrive at the percentile rate, we add the percentage of each group that totals where the score falls on the curve. So if a score falls one group above the mean, we say the percentile rank is 68%. If it is 3 groups above the mean, it is 99.9%, etc. If the score falls below the mean, the percentage is then subtracted from the mean, or 50%. The Stanines are another method of understanding the scores on the mean of the curve. The norm is divided into 9 groups, with each group, 2 through 8, representing half of a standard deviation. If we look at the scores of a whole group entered on a curve, it's easy to see where an individual score falls in regards to the whole group. It's easiest to understand the 9 groups as very superior, superior, considerably above average, slightly above average, average being the mean, slightly below average, considerably below average, poor, and very poor. Perhaps one of the most misunderstood rankings is the grade equivalent score. If a test is scored using this method, the score compares the individual score of a child by the grade they are in and the number of months that they've been in that grade. So if a child is in the 4th grade and it's April, they'd be testing at the grade rank of 4.8. 4 for the grade, 0.8 for the number of months they've been in that grade. If their total reading score is 5.4, that can be interpreted to mean that the child correctly answered the same number of questions as children in the 4th month of 5th grade. It doesn't necessarily indicate that the grade placement is in 5th grade. It means that they answered the same number of questions correctly as children who are in their 4th month of 5th grade. The score indicates that they are reading above average for their group. I hope this helps in understanding how the scores of standardized testing work.